Hey guys, it's U-Division here, and if you're the kind of person who watches these videos, is paying attention to Epic Paper Mario, you probably have heard the rumors about the Paper Mario for the Wii U. And if you're like us, you're happy, you're excited, and you're very cautious. The reason I say that is because, well, just look at the Paper Mario franchise. The last two games have not been what people expected, to say the least. And they may be good games in their own right, but as Paper Mario games, they've had obvious shortcomings and big flaws that have turned people away from Paper Mario, or at least have shaken their confidence in Intelligent System's ability to produce a Paper Mario game they want to play. I can go into detail about the ways that Sticker Star or Super Paper Mario may have disappointed people, but by now I think everyone has their own opinions about those games and their own understanding of why they didn't live up to the Paper Mario franchise name. So that aside, I'd like to take a look at reasons why or how this new Paper Mario game for Wii U can be good. Notably 5 reasons that will make this game, well, worth picking up this year, as we're assuming it's coming out this year. So I want to start the list off with talking Bowser. And that's kind of an interesting thing to put on the list, since it was only missing from one Paper Mario game, the most recent one, Sticker Star. You see, the reason why people like Bowser, or at least the reason why I like him, is because of how he was portrayed in the original Super Mario RPG 7 Stages for the Super Nintendo system. That started the idea of Bowser as a large ham, this guy who's larger than life with a big ego and who does what he wants to, but is also kind of goofy at the same time. And that characterization didn't exist in the real Mario games. I say real with quotation marks. And it doesn't really exist in other media as well. In the cartoons, he was a typical, well, cartoon villain. There wasn't really much more to him. And in the way, in the RPGs, he's the same kind of character, but written a lot better and a lot more interesting. So when I don't know, it's hard to keep a straight face and think about the design process that went into having him not talk in Sticker Star. Like, who came up with that idea? Who in their, I don't know, right mind decided, you know, that most interesting character that people like? Yeah, let's make him not talk. I mean, it still baffles me to this day that that even happened. And I know I've heard, according to interviews with Intelligent Systems and what we know about the development, uh, Miyamoto had a big part in how Sticker Star turned out. It was his influence, I'm led to believe, that pretty much led to I don't know, the normalization of Sticker Star, how there were a lot less original characters, a lot less original things in general in those games. But, well, we can save that for the rest of the list. So if the next game has Talking Bowser, that would be a positive sign. It would show that, hey, we're interested in actually using this character. And Talking Paper Bowser was in Paper Jam, even though that was made for Alpha Dream. It may not be relevant at all, but it's worth noting. Number 2 on the list, we need to see real RPG system. Not RPG hybrid like Super Paper Mario or RPG light like Sticker Star. We need to see a return to the TTYD battle system or an improvement on it. I'm not saying they have to just go back and redo TTYD, but I'm saying they should take inspiration from that game in pretty much everything they do with the new one. Like, for all I care, they could pretend that Super Paper Mario and Sticker Star don't even exist and just go from there. Not to say that those games should be ignored, but that's just how good TTYD was, and how good of a base it could serve for this Wii U game. So I want to see real RPG systems, real RPG mechanics, badges, levels, experience, all of that. There's no reason to get rid of any of that. Paper Mario is a pretty simple game. It's pretty straightforward. It's pretty intuitive. It's not like a hard RPG for people to understand. So making those systems even more simple and getting rid of some features is just, it doesn't really make any sense, and the amount of potential people you gain from making those decisions probably doesn't outweigh the people who become dissatisfied after having played the earlier ones. So I'm still not sure why they did what they did. Next on the list is partners. If in the trailer or whatever they use to reveal the game we see partners, I think all of us can breathe a little easier because partners imply a lot of things. They imply original characters, they imply some RPG mechanics, and they imply some overworld mechanics. And those are pretty important things to Paper Mario. You may have a different opinion after having played Sticker Star and Super Paper Mario, but I think partners are a big part of what makes Paper Mario Paper Mario. Even in the first Mario RPG, you had Geno and Mallow as unique characters, and you also had Peach and Bowser on your team for the first time in, well, only time other than Super Paper Mario. So you can probably see that it's important for Mario RPG to have these unique characters. And you don't really get to play as other characters from the Mario universe in the mainline Mario games. If it wasn't for Toad being in Super Mario Bros. 2, and now recently in New Super Mario Bros. And 3D World, you're basically just playing as Mario, Luigi, and occasionally Peach and Yoshi. So I think it's a really good opportunity to use characters from the Mushroom Kingdom that you don't typically play as. I mean, you don't play as a Goomba other than in the Mario RPG, so that's kind of interesting. So having partners will be really important for this Paper Mario Wii U game. If you see that they're in the game, it will inspire a lot of confidence about the direction of the game. Next on the list is unique locales. This has been something that's been brought up for more games than just Paper Mario. It's something people noticed around the time of New Super Mario Bros. Wii U. And people began to realize, hey, we're going to a lot of the same worlds. We're going to an ice world, we're going to a volcano, we're going to a jungle, we're going to a beach water place, we're going to a green place that's generic plains, I guess. And not that those are bad, or not that it takes away from the actual level design, but to a lot of people, the sameness of it all just can detract. And we've seen this creep into the RPGs as well. In Sticker Star and in Paper Jam, the locales have been a lot safer and a lot less unique. And I don't know, I've always thought about it like this. Could a place like the Glitz Pit exist in a lot of these Mario games? And the answer for some is no, and that's kind of disappointing because it doesn't fall into the obvious trope of volcano or ice place or whatever, so it's a unique place. And I'd like to see in this Paper Mario Wii U, with the graphical power they have, with all that they've learned from making Sticker Star, making things more cardboard, I want to see a unique, cool looking place that lends itself well to a unique story. And I don't know, I'm pretty confident that they can do that, even if the game doesn't turn out to be the kind of RPG I want. I wouldn't be surprised if it does offer something really interesting and really cool in terms of location. So I'm kind of hopeful about that. And number 5 on the list is new characters. And that says a lot about the game if they decide to start implementing new characters again. Because if they do that, they can implement new partners, they can have a story that's based around not Bowser and not stopping Bowser. And I don't know, I think that'd be a pretty important thing for Paper Mario because it's something, I mean, the first Paper Mario, yeah, you're trying to stop Bowser. But with new characters, it lets Bowser do his own thing. He can still be an antagonist, but he can also play a different role in the game, whether he's unwittingly hurting or helping Mario, or trying to do what he wants to. That can be interesting. That way you can have multiple stories going on with characters people actually like, in addition to new characters as well. And I think if you use a new villain, you actually have to devote some time to setting up the villain. So if you use Bowser, then you don't really need to set him up. In fact, people will probably be like, why are you wasting time explaining who Bowser is? I know who he is. But with a new villain, you actually have to develop the character. You can't just put him there and not do anything with it. It's either there's some prophecy or there's some thing, some goal he's after, and some goal that might not be the kind of goal Bowser would go after. For instance, the Thousand Year Door, everything that went on in that game, it doesn't seem like something Bowser would really do. Yeah, he was definitely after the crystal shards, with the crystal stars, sorry, after he heard about the power they had, but other than that, he wasn't interested in reviving some ancient evil or anything like that. So it'd be nice to have new characters, to have different types of plots, have different things going on. So those are my ideas about what this new Paper Mario game needs to be interesting, what needs to be good, what it needs to just break the trend of disappointing Paper Mario games. If you have your own ideas or you want to leave a comment or suggestion, just do so in the comments, and I'll think about responding to some of them in a later video so that we can have a dialogue about what you want to see and what your concerns are and what interests you. So thanks for your time, and we'll see how this game turns out. Bye.